Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, in the previous session what we discussed is about total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. The formulas we studied in the previous chapters also, same we are going to continue here. So now we are going to calculate the total revenue and marginal revenue when the quantity and prices are given. So let us see, when the quantity or output is given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on. Prices given by the monopoly market is 100 rupees and 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30 respectively. So how to calculate TR and MR? Question is given as calculate total revenue and marginal revenue from the following table. So now what they are given means quantity they given and prices they given. So formulas you know, to calculate total revenue first is calculate TR. To calculate total revenue formula is price into quantity produced. Prices prevailed in the market and quantity produced or output sold it may be. So price into quantity, that is TR is equal to P into Q. So how to calculate marginal revenue means TRN minus TRN minus 1. It is a formula to calculate marginal revenue, also we studied in the previous chapters. So question is calculate TR and MR from the following table if the quantity and outputs are given. So first TR, P into Q. How to calculate total revenue? See, price is 100 rupees, quantity produced is 1 unit. So P into Q, 100 into 1 is 100, total revenue is 100. With the quantity produced is 1 unit, price is prevailing in the market is 100 rupees, total revenue earned by the firm is 100. Thus, for example, if the 2 units of output sold, so with the price 90, because when the quantity of sales increases, goes on increasing, prices will goes on decreasing. Thus as we studied, demand curve is downward sloping, reason for demand curve downward sloping. Thus for example, if the price decreases from 100 to 90, quantity of production and sale also increases, that is 2 units. Thus P into Q, that is 90 into 2 is 180. Total revenue is 180 in the monopoly firm. Same as we are going to continue, P into Q, that is in the third unit of output sold with the price is 80, price is always decreasing. Why? Because the decrease in price is increases the profit of the monopoly firm, because here only one seller, one owner is there. Thus here 80 into 3 is 240. Profit total revenue is 240 earned by the monopoly firm. Next is 70 into 4, price into quantity, 4 units of goods sold or produced with the 70 rupees, total revenue is 280. Same continuing here, price into quantity, 60 into 5, that is 300 units of profit earned by the total revenue earned by the monopoly firm. Again here price decreases from 60 to 50 rupees, units of production or sales increases from 5 to 6. As we studied, when the price decreases, demand increases, thus production also goes on increasing. Thus here again 50 into 6, that is 300 is the total revenue. Again here price decreases from 50 to 40 with the intention of increasing the production and sales. Firm, monopoly firm going to reduce the prices. Those 7, with the 7 units are sold with the 40 rupees, then the total revenue is 40 into 7, that is 280, total revenue is 280. So with the intention of getting the more and more profit, again there is increase in the units sold and prices decreased by the monopoly firm, that is 40 to 30 rupees. Those 30 into 8p into q is the total revenue, that is 240. This column shows about the total revenue of a monopoly firm. Next is marginal revenue, MR, TRN minus 1. Now we are going to see only this column, concentrate on only the TR column. So for example, first one 100 minus 100, because TRN is also 100, previous unit we do not know. So we are going to take the previous unit also, it may be constant, that is 100, thus 100 minus 100 is 0, TRN minus 1, it means total revenue of previous unit, current unit minus previous unit, n minus 1 means previous unit, n means current unit, at present what is the total revenue. So by that we can get the additional revenue, marginal revenue is nothing but output from the additional sales. Thus again we are going to see TRN minus 1. Now TRN minus 1 is 100, TRN is 180, current unit is 180, previous unit is 100, 180 minus 100, that is 20. Marginal revenue or extra production produced by the monopoly firm is, marginal revenue earned by the firm is 20 units. Next again 240 minus 180, 240 minus 180, that is 40, 240 minus 180, that is 60. Next same as it is, you are going to subtract the values from current unit to the previous unit. Again is 280 minus 40, 280 minus 40, that is 240. Again the marginal revenue is 300 is the current unit N and 280 is the previous unit. Thus 300 minus 280, that is 20. Again 300 minus 300 is 0. Again 280 minus 300, because here you are going to use the subtraction symbol, because lesser value to the larger value. 280 minus 300, that is value remains as it is 20 but minus 20. We should use the symbol minus here. Negative value also we are considering in the calculation of TR and MR. Next, last one with the 240 minus 280, current unit is 240, previous unit is 280, that is 40, 240 minus 280 is 40, marginal revenue. Yes students, now we are going to calculate TR and MR. TR means, as we know, the formula to calculate TR is P into Q, means price into quantity. Calculate MR is, marginal revenue is TRN minus 1, means total revenue of current unit minus total revenue of previous unit. Thus total revenue of current unit is 100, that is TR is P into Q, 100 into 1 is 100, and next as we are going to move same like that, P is 90, price decreases as the output increases, because monopoly firm is going to increase the profit only with the less price, keeping the less price with the hope of getting the maximum profit. Thus it reduces the price to 100 to 90, thus 90 into 2, thus quantity output increases, that is 180, and 80 into 3 is 240. Again 80 to 70, price decreases but quantity demanded increases, that is 3 to 4, thus 70 into 4 is 280, 60 into 5 is 300, and 50 into 6 is 300. TR is P into Q, thus P is 40 rupees, price decreases, 40 into 7 is 280, 30 into 8 is 240, and so on like that. As the quantity and price given until the 15 units or 20 units, you are gone moving the same directions. So how to calculate marginal revenue? TRN minus 1, that is 100 minus 100. Previous unit we don't know, so we assuming that it may be 100. Thus 100 minus 100 is 0. There is no any marginal revenue earned by the firm because there is stagnant output. We can see 1 units produced with the 100 price, 100 minus 100 is 0. Next 180 minus 100 is 20. 180 minus 100, that is 20. Current unit is 180, previous unit is 100. Marginal revenue earned by the firm is 20. 240 minus 180. 240 minus 180, that is 60. 280 minus 240, current unit is 280, previous unit is 240, is 40. 300 minus 280 is 20. 300 minus 300, because current unit is also 300, previous unit also 300, that is 0. 280 minus 300, here we are going to consider the negative symbol. So, minus 20, and 240 minus 280, current unit is 240 produced with the price level for 30, and previous unit produced is 280 with the price level 40. 240 minus 280 is 40, minus 40, it is minus 40. So, this is about the calculating total revenue and average revenue only when the quantity given and prices are given, quantity and prices are given. So, next we are going to discuss in the next class, that is about the relating to the total revenue and marginal revenue under the monopoly firm in case of zero cost and positive cost. Thank you. Yes students, as we discussed about calculation of TR and MR, here we are going to see the how the firm is going to earn the maximum profit and equilibrium situation of the monopoly firm under the heading short run equilibrium of monopoly firm. So, short run equilibrium of monopoly firm is going to take under the two conditions. First condition is condition 1, that is in case of simple case of zero cost, how the firm is going to get the maximum profit with the zero cost of production, means there is no any cost of production is there, then only firm can earn the maximum profit in the short run. Second case is positive cost. Second case is positive cost. In case of positive cost also, means when the cost goes on increasing, that also leads to reach the maximum profit level of a monopoly firm. So, let us see through the diagram how the equilibrium occurs in the short run under the monopoly firm. So, let us see the diagram. Here figure explains about the simple case of zero cost. For example, before going to the figure, for your clarification we can take one example. How the firm is going to earn the maximum profit with the zero cost? Without any investment, how the firm is going to get the profit? Everything questions in our mind, yes or no? So, we are going to clarify with one small story, that is one village is there. In that particular village, no any other villages linked to that village or attached to that village. So, one interior place village is there. In that village, one well is there. There is a one monopoly authority is there, means single owner is there for that well. So, that well, all the villages, nearly 25 homes are there around that well. They all depends upon the particularly that particular well for the drinking water. During this time, only the well is owned by single individual or person. He is a monopoly over that particular well and water. So, others want to survive, means water is needed. During that time, what this monopoly person or individual, what he is going to do means, he is going to fix a price for the water. There is no any cost of production on the water. The well is there, naturally they are going to get the groundwater. There is no any cost incurred for the water. Construction of well is there, that is we are not considering here, just we are considering the water. So, he is going to supply the water to villages with the price, keeping some price for the that particular water. Only that particular price he is going to sell the water. So, here now whatever the well owner is a monopoly. Now you understood what is monopoly. Well owner is a monopoly. He is control and dominate over that particular well. Whether he is going to sell, he should give the, suppose others want the water, they should take from the, draw the water only when they are going to give the money for him. So cost of production is 0. During this period, he is keeping 5 rupees per bottle, means also he can get the maximum profit from the 0 cost. This is the best example in case of simple case of 0 cost. Same example we are explaining through the in case of simple case in case of 0 cost with the help of diagram. See here. So OX axis represents output produced by the monopoly firm. OY axis represents total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue of the firm, and also prices. So here, as we are going to see rising part of the curve, what is here? TR is there, that is a total revenue curve. Total revenue is always increasing in order, it shows that. AR is average revenue curve of a firm. It is also said to be the demand curve of a firm. Average revenue means average investment placed to the average profit to the firm. MR is dotted lines, what we are going to see here. It is the MR line. MR means marginal revenue line. It is not a curve, it is a line. Be careful. TR is a total revenue curve. AR and MR are the average revenue and marginal revenue line. So here you can see the whatever I taken the example, how the firm is going to get the maximum profit with the simple case of 0 cost. Without investing anything, the firm is going to get the maximum profit. So with the whatever the existed well, he is the owner for that property. So he is going to sell the water and others can draw the water only, paying money for this particular individual. During that time only, in case of this kind of production only, we can assume that simple case of 0 cost is possible in the short run. So firm can maximize the profit only in case of 0 cost of production. Cost of production is not there, means firm can earn the profit as usually. Thus here you can see output produced is, for example, 10 units. Output produced is 10 units. Here you can see maximum saturation point is there, A. Here firm is going to maximize its profit. Firm is going to maximize its profit at the point A. It is called saturation point, as we studied under the second chapter, theory of consumer behavior. So when the total revenue goes on increasing, total revenue means total profit of the firm goes on increasing up to the maximum level, that is 10 units produced. Here firm's profit are maximum at saturation point A. How to calculate the profit? As we know that to calculate profit we are using the formula, that is pi is equal to TR minus TC, that is pi is equal to total revenue earned by the firm and total cost of production, TR minus TC. So here we are going to see first how to get this profit, means first we should do the P into Q, total revenue, price into quantity. Price is rupees 5, total revenue is equal to price into quantity, TR is equal to price is rupees 5, see here, rupees 5. For the 5 rupees, 10 units of output sold. Thus 5 into 10, that is 50. Total revenue of monopoly firm is rupees 50. Total revenue is 50. Thus total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue is 50. Total cost incurred on the production is rupees 5. Thus the profit is total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue is 50 minus total cost is 5. Profit is 45. 50 minus 5 is 45. Thus here you can see, clearly you can see the profit of the firm is 45 and total revenue earned by the firm is 50 means whatever the variations is there, TR minus TC variations is there, profit 50 minus 45, that is a 5, that is a price. 5 is a price, price into quantity, 5 into 10, that is a 50. 50 is a total revenue of a monopoly firm for producing the 10 units of goods or selling the 10 units of output. Why does this average revenue curve lies above the OX axis? What it shows means average revenue is total revenue divided by total output, TR by Q, as we studied the formula. So, here when the total revenue maximum, average revenue curve lies below the total revenue curve. Average revenue is nothing but average demand for the commodity in the market. This average revenue line shows average demand is there for the product in the market. So, marginal revenue is nothing but additional revenue earned by the firm when the cost of production goes on increasing, profit increases. Up to the point A, saturation point, total revenue is 50. After that also, with the intention of getting more and more profit, with the decreasing the price, less price, firm is going to increase the total revenue by increasing the output. That leads to downward slope and also this marginal revenue curve to lie below the OX axis. What it shows means total revenue goes on increasing, total revenue curve always in the increasing order and marginal revenue curve in the decreasing order. It means in future with the intention of increasing profit, as they are going to decreasing the prices, that leads to the increase in the total revenue. So, marginal revenue is nothing but additional revenue earned by the firm, also in future goes on decreasing. It may be some the income effect, substitution effect, already we studied in the second chapter, law of diminishing marginal utility. All these results in the decrease in the MR curves below the OX axis. Thus total revenue goes on increasing, average revenue is stagnant as it is and marginal revenue line lies below the OX axis. It is in case of zero cost of production. So, when the cost of production is very less or 0, then only firm can earn the maximum profit in the short run. Then only it can be in the equilibrium situation. A, at point A, profit are maximum. Here TR curve also intersect AR and MR curves. AR curve also there, MR curve is also there at point 10 units of production with the rupees 5 rupees of prices. So, the total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue relationship also you can see in this particular figure. So, next we move towards positive cost. Next we move towards the positive cost. Positive cost is nothing but when the cost of production goes on increasing, then also firm is going to get equilibrium during short run. How it is possible? That we can see through the another diagram. See here OX axis represents profit and OY axis represents revenue, cost or profit of a monopoly firm. So, all the lines you can see here whatever the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q0 is there, everything is a quantity produced or output sold. TR1 is total revenue, TC1 is total cost. As we know that profit is denoted by pi is equal to TR1 minus TC1. TR minus TC is a profit of a monopoly firm. So, see here, as we are going to see in the initial stage, with the hope of getting the profit, monopoly firm is going to start its production from the 0 level. In the initial stage, their cost of production is 0. As we said, the profit area is only this much here in case of simple cost of 0 production. So, with the hope of increasing the profit, they are going to increase their total cost. See here, this is the line starts from total cost curve. This is a total cost curve. Here it is a total revenue curve lies below the total cost curve in the initial stage. At the OQ2 level of output, TC curve lies above the TR curve. What it shows? Total cost is more than total revenue. Loss to the firm. In case of negative cost, loss to the firm. Thus, it would be getting maximum profit only when TR is maximum than TC. So, in the initial stage, both TR, TC curve intersect at point D. It is the equilibrium point, but not at all equilibrium point, because here total cost is more than total revenue. Total cost curve lies above the total revenue means total cost is more than total revenue. For example, your rupees invested, 500 rupees you invested on business means where your cost, it is the total cost is 500 rupees. So, you are going to get the profit, total revenue or profit is 200. So, it shows that loss, total cost is more than the total revenue. So, total cost, when the total cost is more than total revenue, it leads to loss. TR is less than, TR is more than TC. So, here you can see in the initial stage D is not at all equilibrium point. D is not at all equilibrium point at OQ2 level of output. Then how the positive cost leads to the profit maximization in short run. For example, with the hope of getting the profit, firm is going to increase its output production, that is OQ1 level of output produced. OQ1 output produced with the total revenue is TR1 and cost is TC1. At point A, you can see the point A tangent to total revenue and total quantity produced, P into Q. But also it is not at all profit maximizing output level. A is not at all profit maximizing output level. A to B vertical distance you can see, A to B, whatever this vertical distance, this distance shows that here profits are not maximum. Here there is some gap, it shows that total, here total revenue curve lies above the total cost curve. Total revenue is more, total cost is less, then also here not at all earning the profit. Why? Because when the cost of production goes on increasing, the profits are very less. A to B vertical line, we are assuming that it is a profit line. It is a profit line in the short run. Just we are assuming, but it is not at all equilibrium profit maximizing output level. Just it is a to B is a profit line because TR minus TC. Our formula is there to calculate pi is equal to TR minus TC. TR minus TC you can see at A to B vertical, this distance line. This vertical distance is the profit of the monopoly firm in the short run. For example, as the quantity produced is OQ naught, as the quantity produced is OQ naught, firm is going to get the maximum total revenue. Again it hoped that total cost curve lies below the total revenue curve means total revenue is more than the total cost, means it is the profit area of a monopoly firm in a short run. So, with the hope of getting maximum profit, again it is going to increase the quantity or production, that is Q3 level of output. Q3 level of output produced with the TR and TC curve intersect at point E. It is a equilibrium point. So, at OQ3 firm is going to get the equilibrium or maximum profit under the positive cost. See here, positive cost is nothing but after here cost goes on increasing, positive cost cost goes on increasing, but total revenue remains as it is. Profit is TR minus TC. Profit means TR minus TC. But here TR curve and TC curve, both TR and TC both are equal at the particular point E. TR and TC both are equal. Thus point E is the equilibrium situation at OQ3 level of output produced. E is the equilibrium point. Here you can see total revenue is equal to total cost, or marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. That is the firms earning maximum profit in the short run in case of positive cost. Why it is positive cost means, after that again firm is going to maximize its profit with the hope of getting the maximum sales. They are going to increase the cost of production. Means sales increases, demand increases, so investment also increases. Thus total cost goes on increasing, but afterwards total revenue decreases. After the equilibrium point, any deviation from the equilibrium point, total cost is more than the total revenue. That's what it is said to be the positive cost. Positive cost means cost is more than the revenue. After the equilibrium point, total cost is more than the total revenue, as we seen in the figure. So say here properly, total cost curve rising upward. In the initial stage it is very less, afterwards first initial stage total cost is more, again total cost negatively falls, again it is positive in case of maximizing profit of monopoly firm. So how to draw the profit line is a question. So how to calculate profit line means, this is in the initial stage you can see at OQ2 level of output, total cost is more than total revenue, thus profit line lies below the OX axis. It shows that loss to the firm. It shows that loss to the firm. So only at OQ1 level of output, AB is a profit line. Vertical distance shows total revenue minus total cost. That is AB is a profit line. So profit goes on increasing afterwards, because till the OQ3 level of output, OQ1, OQ0, OQ3 is the positive way you can see profit, you can see, because here total cost curve lies below the total revenue curve. It shows that total cost is less than total revenue. Firm is going to get the profit in this situation. Again after the equilibrium situation, profit line lies below the OX axis. What it shows means, total cost is more than total revenue leads to the fall in the profit curve from below the OX axis. In the initial stage also a profit line lies below the OX axis. In the middle stage profits are more, thus it lies above the OX axis. After the equilibrium situation, profit line lies below the OX axis. What it shows means, positive cost leads to the negative impact on the monopoly firm producing the output. It leads to the loss to the firm. This is the profit curve. Profit curve. So only when the TR and TC curve intersect, means total cost is equal to total revenue, then only we can say that it is a equilibrium situation. So in next class we are going to discuss about how the firm is going to get the market demand curve when the MR and MC is equal, means marginal revenue equals to the marginal cost, with the help of calculations. Thank you for watching this video.